Hello students, how are you doing? So today we are going to learn one more important topic from three-phase system, that is relation between phase quantities and line quantities for delta connection. For star connection we have already done, and today we will go for delta connection. So first we will understand what is delta connection. Here you can easily see it that we are having three coils: A coil, B coil and C coil. Now we will try to understand how we make delta connection. If we connect head of A coil to the tail of B coil and head of B coil to the tail of C coil, then head of C coil to the tail of A coil, then it will make a delta connection and it will look like this. We will represent delta connection by this, that is a triangle. Okay, so this is how we make delta connection. Now we will understand one more important thing, that is which part of the circuit is known as line and which part is phase. So here you can see it that we are having a load, that is a resistance three-phase load, which is connected to the three-phase supply. So this part of the circuit, that is circuit between two lines, is your phase. Then again this is again one more phase and this is your third phase. So we are having phase part of the circuit that is connected between two lines. Now we will go for line. Line is the part of the circuit which connect a particular circuit to the external circuit, that is your supply. So the part which will connect load to the supply, that will be known as line, and that is nothing but this part of the circuit is known as line. So this is your line, as it is a three phase. So this is line 1, line 2 and line 3. We are having three lines over here. So this part is phase and this part is line. Now we will move for the relation part. So we will try to understand what is the relation between the voltages, that is line voltage and phase voltage. So for that we will try to understand this circuit. In this circuit we are having three supplies. Three supplies are connected, so this is nothing but a three-phase supply. So we can easily see it that a voltage between two lines, that is A and B, it will be your line voltage. So VAB is nothing but line. Then what is phase voltage? Phase voltage is the voltage across a single phase, a particular phase, that will be known as phase voltage. So for this case, this part is your phase. So voltage across A and B is again a phase voltage. So we can easily observe it that in case of delta, line voltage is equal to phase voltage. That we can easily state it over here, that is the voltage between any two lines is line voltage, and as phase is connected between two lines only, hence for balanced delta connected system, line voltage is equal to the phase voltage. And as we know that for symmetrical and balanced system, we will have like all voltages will have same value, like line voltage will have same magnitude as well as phase will have same magnitude. So we can say VAB is equal to VBC, VCA is equal to V phase and V line. So in case of delta, phase voltage is equal to line voltage. Now we will go for current relation. So for current relation, we have to find out the relation between line current and phase current. So in this circuit, first we will understand which part of the current is going to have line current and which part will have phase current. So here we have a three-phase delta connected load, and here we are having three-phase supply. So this load is connected to three-phase supply by this part, and this part is nothing but line. This is line. So the current flowing this part is line. IA, IB, IC are your line currents. So IA, IB, IC are line currents, and all line currents will have same magnitude as we are working for balanced system. Again we will try to find out where is phase. So we know the circuit between two lines will be actually a phase part. So this is a phase part, this is your phase part, this is your phase part. So IAB, IBC, ICA are your phase currents. So and for balance system, all phase currents will have same values, that is IAB, IBC and ICA. Okay, so that is equal to your phase current. So line current and phase currents are clear. Now we will try to find the relation between these two currents. So for that we will apply KCL at node A. So KCL says that incoming current we will take incoming current as positive and outgoing current as negative, and KCL says that algebraic sum of currents at any node is equal to 0. So if we see at A point, IA is your incoming current, ICA is your incoming current, and AB is your outgoing current. So our equation will be IA plus ICA minus IAB is equal to 0. So we can simplify it that IA is equal to IAB minus ICA. Okay, so this is your first equation. Now KCL at node B. So at node B we can see that IB is your incoming current, IAB is your incoming current, and this is your IBC will be your outgoing current. So equation will be IB plus IAB minus IBC is equal to 0. Again we will simplify it. IB will be equal to IBC minus IAB. This is your second equation, sorry. Now KCL at node C. So at C point we can see that IBC is your incoming current, IC is your incoming current, and ICA is your outgoing current. So equation will be IC plus IBC minus ICA is equal to 0. Again after simplifying it we will have ICA minus IBC. So these are three equations. By using these three equations we will draw phasor diagram and we will try to find relation between line current and phase current. So our first equation is IA is equal to IAB minus ICA. Okay, so we will first draw phasor diagram for phase currents, and after that we will find line currents. So phase currents are IAB we are taking as reference current, IAB, and IBC will be here, as we know that they will have 120 degree phase difference. So I am trying to make almost 120 degree phase difference over here. This is your 120, this is 120, and this is 120. Okay, now we will see our first equation what it says. IAB is equal to IA is equal to IAB minus ICA. So IAB is here minus ICA. For minus ICA what we will do, we will extend this phasor in opposite direction. So this will be your ICA. Now we will use parallelogram method to find the resultant. So this is your parallelogram method. We draw parallel lines for different components, and wherever these lines intersect, that will give us final point, and this will be your line current, that is IA, and angle between these two phases will be 60, because this will intersect, this phasor will intersect this angle, bisect actually, so we will have this angle will be 60. Okay, so remaining equations can be utilized for this further phasor diagram, but we will draw later on. First we will try to find a relation. So as we know, for parallelogram method, any resultant can be calculated. If R, AB your resultant and AB are your phasor components, so it will be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, whereas theta is the angle between A and B. So here what we have, resultant is your IA and components are IAB square plus IBC square plus ICA square plus 2AB IAB into ICA cos 60. And here we will use only magnitude, we are considering magnitude only. So IAB can be written as it is your phase current, ICA is your phase current, this is your phase current, and cos 60 is nothing but 1/2, and IA can be written as IL. So after adding all above components, this 2 will get cancelled out, so it will be under root of 3 I phase. Finally we can say that line current will be equal to under root of 3 I phase. And for voltage, what we have concluded is VL is equal to VPH. Okay, so this is your final relation. Now if you want, we can draw further utilize remaining equations, and we can draw remaining phasor diagram. So that is for equation number 1. Now we will go for equation number 2, that is IB is equal to IBC minus IAB. So we are having IB is equal to IBC minus IAB. So IBC is here, minus IAB will be, we will extend. So here we will have minus IAB, again we will draw parallelogram, and wherever it will intersect, that will give you resultant, that is your IB, and this will be your 60 degree. Then we will move for next equation, that is IC is equal to ICA minus IBC. So IC is equal to ICA minus IBC. So we will have this is your minus IBC. Again we will use parallelogram method, and we will join the intersection point. So this is your intersection point, and this will be your IC. Again this will be 60 degree. So to identify these currents, that is IA, IB and IC, and we can easily find it out whether we have drawn right diagram or not. That we can see that we should have approximately phase difference in all these three currents. It should be 120, so it is almost 120. So our phasor diagram is correct. So it is very easy if you know how to find out these three equations. After knowing these three equations, you can easily draw the phasor diagram, and you can, by using parallelogram method, you can have these relations. So this is for current and this is for voltage. Hope you have understood properly. Thank you.